A brilliantly crafted win from Croatia, skippered by Luka Modric there, who got the second of 3. And Messi's departure summed up Argentina. Bedraggled mess. Extraordinary.
How would I describe Argentina? No foundation. Start with their goalkeeper. He hasn't played first team football for 3 years. You go right through them. First thing you got to have is work rate and organisation. Out of possession, they were all over the place. In possession, lack of movement. And the two big names, Lionel Messi and Aguero, movement, appetite to get on the ball. Even though they're playing with inferior players, they're normally playing with club level. It looked like they didn't want to be on the pitch. And that's tough for me to say that because I love watching both throughout the years. But if I was an Argentinian fan watching that, they must be devastated because what you've seen in Croatia was a team.
A miserable feeling if you're an Argentinian, isn't it?
You don't know where to start. It's just an absolute mess. No teamwork, no nothing. Just literally a bunch of individuals wearing the same colour top, running round. You look at the Croatia team.
Some of them not even running. The Messi
players. Fantastically set up. They put the two midfielders in front of the back four, and they just literally snuffed anything. Well, there wasn't much to snuff out, but snuffed anything that came forward, and then relied on their attacking players to create the chances. And as the boys said, 3-0, thoroughly deserved. They'll be definitely a team to watch.
So that's Russia qualified, Uruguay, France, and Croatia. Deal with the Croats for us, Carl.
I mean, this was really an awful performance by Argentina. I mean, got beaten by Croatia. It is a fantastic team. It was a team performance tonight by Croatia, but Argentina should do much better with this player they have in their team. And we didn't see Messi at all. Aguero up front, they didn't put really hard work in it. And even the players that came on, you couldn't see a big difference then in the game. It was poor from the back, keeper a disaster with these two mistakes, and even in the midfield they couldn't they couldn't cope with the pace of Croatia, and they did really well.
It's as good a team performance as we've seen at this tournament so far from Croatia, who have beaten Argentina by 3-0. Is there anybody here thought that Lionel Messi looked as though he was either interested or actually enjoying that game from the moment the ball first moved?
He looked upset. It was strange, You accept his mannerisms. He does stroll around a little bit, but normally when he gets it, he injects that tempo and that pace, and normally finds a pass. From literally start to finish, that was his body language and his mannerisms. And I don't know if something has gone on and he's not quite happy, or it's just one of those days.
I watched him in the first game wander between the centre circle and the D and contribute little or nothing. Arguably less tonight. Is that possible?
Keep your eye on him. He's just at the bottom of the screen there. And, I think that's the thing that surprised me tonight was I know he does walk about quite a bit in a football pitch, but normally he comes into life a lot more than he did tonight. But
it's the worst performance I've ever seen from Lionel Messi. The least interested. Normally he wants the ball all the time. Normally he doesn't work and press.
Say that, John, as well.
But it looked like he wasn't making the angles and demanding the ball. Normally he's like a magnet that gets the ball all the time. But tonight, from start to finish, it looked like he didn't really want to be on the pitch.
I think he will get really hammered for them.
He will get hammered.
Argentina, because they expect from a captain a little bit more. I agree, absolutely. Maybe it was his worst performance ever.
I understand that, but wasn't there also a collective responsibility for Argentina to have to take tonight?
Absolutely, but
none of them covered themselves in glory.
The team is just not good enough. Now we know why they had so many problems to qualify for this World Cup. And I think he was just so frustrated with his own teammates that...
maybe he knows how bad they are. I mean, it took an amazing hat-trick for him, didn't it, in the playoff to get them here?
Yeah.
I think in the last game they played, he scored a hat-trick, they took them here. So maybe he's thinking...
I said it before the game, this is a bang average Argentina. And you looked at me as if to say, what? But it is, and they proved it. It is a bang average Argentina. And without Lionel Messi, they wouldn't even be here, because he scored the goals in the qualifiers. But when he's not at it, there's no quality.
Maybe he's thinking, I shouldn't have done that. I could have been on holiday now. It hasn't really worked out very well, has it? So Croatia win against Argentina by 3-0. Is that as good a team performance as we've seen?
For every game I've seen, definitely. Complete performance, as in frustrated Argentina for the majority of the game. Got a little bit of a slice of luck with the, shall we say, assist from Caballero, but you've still got to finish it. Still an absolute fantastic volley. But after that, there was only ever going to be one team. I don't think the Croatian keeper had, what one save? Was it from
I think it
Aguero?
probably was
I think that was
late
it.
on. Yeah.
But no, fantastic team performance, and even afterwards when you see them celebrate together, go over to the fans, you can see that they've got probably a smaller pool of players to choose from, but most definitely they're all in it together.
So having beaten Argentina 3-0, have they made a bigger statement than that tonight? Have they said, Carl, that we should be considered for this?
Absolutely. I mean, if you beat Argentina 3-0, that's always a statement. And the team, we said it before, did very well as a team. But even if you look on the individual players, they have a fantastic team. So I think if they play like this in the common games, that's a real danger for all the teams then.
And of course, what happens is they could, you know, depending on Iceland, Nigeria, obviously coming up. But should there not be a winner, or should Nigeria win that game, then they're already top of their group. So they can pretty much, in the third game, drop out Modric if they want to give the wee man a rest. Or, you know, they've got a few of the players that are really important players that are 30, 31, 32. So they'll have the opportunity, I think, the way the table's going, to be able to maybe just drop out a couple of them, give them maybe half a game or give them a little rest. And that's a fantastic thing to be able to do in a tournament, because you don't always get that luxury of leaving players out.
They just looked at teams highly motivated. Every one of them, the desire, their attitude, the application was just spot on. And when you've got that, you're a hard team to beat. But you could tell they were organised. They've done a lot of work on the training pitch, shutting off the balls into Aguero. 3 midfield players working close together all the time. And when they won it, they kept it. They never just won it and kicked up the pitch to Mandzukic. They played nice football. Good, best probably all-round team performance we've seen.
I mean, think, John, people like Kovacic can't even get a game.
And he's an excellent
Do you know, he can't even get
well.
the team at the moment.
So they've got some good substitutes.
We should be coming on this show tonight talking about Messi, the little genius, but we're not. We're talking about Modric. Thought it was absolutely outstanding today. Deserved his goal. First-class performance from him. We just heard the guys speaking about it before. You know, I was speaking to Carl before we came on air tonight. We wanted to talk about Messi, but we're now talking about Croatian players and the performance they put in.
Simple question, Carl. What's wrong with him? What's wrong with Lionel Messi? Because this is nowhere near the level he performed at Barcelona.
It's not the standard what we expect from him. I mean, if you know him from Barcelona, what he can do with the ball, he looks very frustrated with his teammates. He doesn't get the service what he gets in Barcelona. But even there tonight, he was not in the shape, but he didn't fight for the team. So he was not really a captain.
If you see a player, Carl, and we know how good Messi is, if you see him not running around and working hard for the team, do you say something to him as a teammate if you're playing alongside him to work harder?
Maybe the only one who can really say something is Mascherano, because he is an experienced player. But I don't think that anybody will criticize Messi in this team, because they know they brought him to qualify for this campaign. And but we said it before, it was really poor by himself.
Yeah. What about the manager? Would Sampaoli say anything to Messi about his level of performance? Sampaoli's not a guy that shies away from controversy or facing up to problems.
He should. I mean, now it will be a lot of critics. It will be critics from Maradona. He will be furious, that's for sure. And the coach needs to speak to Lionel Messi.
The reason I ask is, because the German teams that you obviously were involved in, if you sense that somebody wasn't working hard enough in that team, would it be an individual that would say, look, come on, you need to give us more? No. That togetherness, I don't think they've got that in that Argentina
No, maybe
squad.
not. You look at the performance tonight. We have a group of really experienced players in Germany and in our team, so they will pick maybe the player who is not working hard enough for the team. They will pick him out and we'll have some words with him.
Yeah. Aguero, Higuain, 2 of the top strikers in the world. Tonight, we didn't see them at all.
Higuain was coming for Aguero. Aguero was really bad. So he didn't even try it. And Higuain, when he came on, it was a little bit better. But even from him, you can expect much more. Overall, it's the performance of the whole team. We've been looking, but it was really bad.
Which way does Sampaoli go for the final game in terms of his striking option? Does Higuain keep his place in the side? Can he drop Aguero? I think he'll have to make changes.
Yeah, he has to make changes. I mean, this will be a very hard decision, but I don't think he will take Messi out, that's for sure.
Yeah.
But
Dybala's another one, isn't
Dybala, yeah, he came on, but even Dybala didn't have a really massive effect to the game. So it's quite difficult now, because losing such a game to come back now.
The press will go after Argentina, won't they? Absolutely 100%. I do wonder if they can recover and get out of this horrible mess.
I sensed it, Matt, in the tunnel before the game today. Argentinian players going across to the Croatian players, the guys who play for Barcelona, etc., Modric, and there was hugging, there was handshakes.
Didn't like that, did you?
I don't like that. You're going out onto a field to play 90 minutes to try and beat who's in front of you. Yeah. I think that should be left until after the game. If you want to shake somebody's hand, you accept that. And I think they accepted defeat in the tunnel, because that was the way they came out tonight, and it was really, really poor for them.
When you moved, clubs, though, and you played against Sunderland, were you able to ignore former colleagues, former friends, just focus on the game?
Absolutely.
It's not, I guess Messi and Rakitic would have seen each other 3 or 4 weeks ago at Barcelona. You've got a problem with the fact that they were too pally before the game.
As a player, when I moved clubs and I went back to my old club, Sunderland, right, so there's 3 times you can shake somebody's hand. So you're in the tunnel. I ignored that one. I went out with my teammates. I get onto the field. They all line up.
Yeah.
You do the handshake.
Yeah.
If you want to give someone a hug and a handshake, that's fine, just before kick-off. Then after the end of the game, then you can talk to them as much as you want. Yeah, you were better than us today. Or, look, I had a really good game today. I hope you continue through the competition. Whatever you want to say, it's whatever's in your brain at that time. But when you're going out, and let's call it a battle, because that's what it is. They're all trying to win this World Cup. You're not hugging everybody in the tunnel. You're not having a conversation with them just before you're going to go out, because you want to try and kick lumps out of them. You want to go and try and beat them. You want to get the better of them. Those things, for me, I think show signs of weakness, and I think that's exactly the performance that Argentina put in tonight. I said before, we should be talking here now how good Messi's played in this World Cup. They struggled before they got to the World Cup through the qualification. He had to come up with some magic like he normally does, scoring a hat-trick to get them there. He's put in 2 performances today. I was listening to Andy and the guys and Richard tonight. They talked at half-time about how far Messi had ran in the game, and they were joking about 2 kilometres. I actually think it wasn't far off that. He hardly touched the ball. He never influenced the game. None of the Argentina players were working hard enough to get back. They got frustrated. Otamendi was making stupid fouls. Mascherano looked as if he wanted to get sent off. And then you get a crazy mistake from the goalkeeper for the first goal. Everything about it tonight was wrong.
As good as, or as bad as Argentina were, Croatia were very good. Probably one of the biggest results in Croatia's history.
Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. No, but they wanted it. And that was the difference between the 2 teams. You've got a side who were playing as individuals. You've got a team who were collectively playing for each other. Modric was outstanding. Rakitic was outstanding. Every single player for them wanted to get on the ball. When they lost it, they hunted in packs to try and get it back. And they waited for their moments. And when they came, they put the ball in the back of the net. I thought it was great from them tonight.
A team against a team of individuals.
Absolutely. And we've seen that too much so far.